anywhere at all. And that is why a lot of people get disheartened. We see a lot of people that are like, oh, my vote doesn't really matter. We see people say, oh, well, nothing ever changes anyway. And the real issue that I see with that is that people are not addressing the things that they see need to be addressed with the right levels of government. Now, I'm running for state assembly for the 137th district this year. That covers the majority of the city of Rochester and the whole town of Gates. So everything on the southwest of Rochester from Lexington all the way down to Genesee Park, the actual park, all of Center City, and everything on the northeast side. So down East Main and back up, what's that? I guess you would say, and then back up Goodman and all the way to Norton and then back down and around. So that's the area I'm covering, all of that and the whole town of Gates. Now, if you turn on the TV and you see crime, you see drug overdoses, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be in my assembly district. And it's sad and it's horrible. But when people say, well, where's your assembly district? I said, if you turn on the TV, that's where you see the crime and the drug overdoses. That's most likely my district, 90% of the time. We've got the highest drug overdoses and the highest number of, what do you call it? I guess you would say violent crime outside of New York City. And it's absolutely terrible. And I'm running for state assembly because state assembly are the people who write the laws for the state. They not only write the laws, they can fix the laws that are on the books that are not working right for us. On top of that, they also do the budget. So the budget is where you're able to say, okay, well, this money goes this way and that money goes that way. Essentially, I explain state assembly like this. State assembly are the people who basically make the laws that you don't like. And they put the money into places where you never quite see it get to the community. That's what they do. And that's why I'm running for the state assembly. Because really right now, what we are seeing continuously is the issues that we have addressing, I should say, the issues that we are having and experiencing every day are not being addressed by the state assembly. And people are like, well, why aren't they addressing them? You know what? Your thoughts are as good as mine because for whatever reason, everything that we see affecting us every day, the issue with the continued rise in costs of energy prices, the issues with the schools and the deterioration of the school system and educational quality, the issue with the crime that's running rampant where people aren't even safe in their own homes or outside in the car, where you can't take your kids out to the park, the everyday issues that all of us face and all of us see that continue to go unaddressed. The issues with seniors, the issues with vets, all of these issues that we continue to see that continue to get no attention. It's just no attention. Teresa, I see you there. You saw a person drop dead from a drug overdose on East Ave the other day. Teresa, I feel you. I have had many people that I've had to bring back with Narcan. Fortunately for me, I haven't lost anybody to drugs and a drug overdose in front of my face. I have lost people to drug overdoses, but fortunately, I have not lost one to overdose in my face. That was someone that was close to me, but I have seen people overdose on drugs and die. And it's not something that is easily forgotten. That's something that sticks with you your whole life, especially if you knew the individual. But we're seeing this happen more and more and more. The drug overdoses are out of control. You might ask yourself, why is nothing being done about the drug overdoses? Why aren't they making harsher sentences for the crime that's pervading our whole, I guess you would say, not just our state, right? But our county and especially my district. Why aren't they making tougher drug laws, right? They've got all of these drugs that people are overdosing on. You can't even smoke weed now because the weed that's out there is laced with all of this stuff or so strong that it's ridiculous, give you psychosis and things like this. And they also have it where a lot of this illegal weed, because the weed costs so much because of the horrible taxation on legal weed that we have in New York State, because we know that wasn't well thought out. But the horrible taxes on that, all of this illegal weed that we have going on right now, the majority of it is the weed that fell off the conveyor belt or fell off the truck, the stuff that's trash and is no good, that couldn't pass the quality test for these actual dispensaries and distributors, whether it's here locally or whether they got it from outer state. And that's an issue that we need to really address. Hold on, somebody says, and you got attacked on university. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. So now that's a story that we hear more and more often, people. I don't know where you live, but honestly, wherever you are, you may be a victim of an attack. And that's not me trying to be hyperbolic or trying to put you in fear. I want you not to be in fear. I want you to be able to feel safe in your neighborhood, in your home, in any neighborhood in our community, no matter where you go. I want you to feel safe if you come to visit the city. I want you to feel safe if you go visit Gates. I want you to feel safe if you are in the middle of the farmland. Okay? You shouldn't have to worry or look over your shoulder. Like Miss Teresa was sharing that she had been attacked on university. People are attacked every day. The reports go unreported because the police don't come, not because the police don't want to come, but because there are too many crimes that they're responding to, and there just aren't enough police because they don't have a good enough budget and a good enough staffing, because they have been pushed to scale back their hiring and stuff over this whole period of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the defund the police movement, really. And people will be like, oh, no, that didn't happen. But it did. They legitimately took $5 million from the Rochester Police Department and put it into the PAB board, which has done a whole lot of nothing. And I know some people say, well, Marcus, I like the PAB board. I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that you do. But it doesn't change the fact that $5 million was taken from the police department, which made them then therefore not have a class of recruits for a whole year. And it takes about 18 months to get somebody from signing up all the way through training. And we can't even talk about that. There needs to be more funds directed that way so that we can get more people on the street that are actually able to do the policing, so that they can respond to the crimes and that they can help more people. It's sad what's happened to Rochester. I know many of you are concerned, but that's why I'm fighting so hard, because I want our city to be better. I want our area to be better, because it's not just Rochester, right? Not Rochester proper, right? It's the whole greater Rochester area. We are seeing just a serious issue after issue after issue after issue. Robberies, armed home invasions, the failing educational system. The healthcare system is collapsing. Insurance prices are skyrocketing. All of these issues are not being addressed. And I'd like to address a number of these issues through legislation and through policy. Let's see, somebody wrote here, said, I remember, let me see if I can pull it up. It says, I remember having RTS bus drivers stay at Edgerton Rec Center back in 2019 to get help for a passenger that had overdosed on the same bus. My action saved the passenger's life. Kevin McBride. I appreciate you sharing that story, Kevin. And it's stories like that we see happen every single day. And unfortunately, it's become common. They've got these Narcan boxes. Brian, I appreciate you donating. Please, you guys, remember, donate. Okay, I'd love to do this campaign and just do it with no money, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I do need your donation, so please do donate. Brian, I see you there. Thank you for donating. I really appreciate you. I need your donations. My opponent is somebody that's not just an incumbent. They also have all of these different ties to downstate, which is a whole separate conversation. We know that downstate controls a lot of the stuff that goes on in the state assembly and in the state Senate because they have different priorities than we do up here, but they got all the money, they got all the funding. And we know that a lot of these people have all of these different backers and they've got tens of thousands or millions of dollars that they're throwing at them. I don't have that coming to me. So please, you guys, please donate. My website's www.marcus4rochester.com. That's Marcus4rochester.com. Let's see. Kim says the police staffing issue is directly on. Hey, Kim, don't say mean stuff like that. She says it's directly on Democrat policies because they do not like the police. Now, whether that is true or not, here's my statement on that, right? Teresa, I appreciate you saying that you're going to donate. Please donate, you guys. Marcus4rochester.com. That's Marcus4rochester.com. The fact is that policy matters. Policy matters, okay? No matter what party you're in. And the more I talk to people, the more everyone tells me, oh, Marcus, I wish things were more bipartisan. I wish things were more bipartisan. I do too, you guys. I wish things were more bipartisan. One thing that a lot of people don't realize is right now, the Democrats have a supermajority in the state house. Now you'll say, well, Marcus, I'm a Democrat. It can't be that bad. Listen, check this out. This is how bad it is, really. And this is why you have to understand what goes on in the state assembly, in the state house. So right now, if you have a bill, let's say there's a bill on the floor, okay? If you agree with the bill, you don't have to be there to vote, okay? You don't have to be there to vote. The leader of your party can vote for everybody. So you don't have to be there to vote. Now, the one job that the state assembly is elected to do is to go vote on your behalf on these issues. And they don't even have to do it. Now, that's concerning. And because the Democrat portion has a large majority, they can do whatever they want. And you'll say, well, but I'm Democrat. And I'm Republican, but I'm saying that people that are Democrat might say, well, I'm Democrat and I'm not that bad and I love the Democrats and all of this. That may be true. But the state assembly is run by downstate. It's not run by people upstate. And the scary part is because of stuff like that, because they don't feel that, because they don't have to come and vote, right? Let's say there's a bill that you disagree with. You have to be the only person in there. If you're in the Democrat side, you have to be the only person in there that would dare walk in there and say, I disagree with that bill. And then if you decide that you want to do that, they'll say, run somebody against you and fund their campaign with tens of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars. Or they'll take you off your committee assignments. And people don't want that because they're scared of that. Because at the end of the day, the majority of these people that are in the state assembly are out there for themselves, not for you. But I'm running for you because you matter to me. I don't think that it's okay that they just gave themselves a 29% raise. Yes, that you heard me correctly. The state assembly just gave themselves a 29% raise. And at the same time they gave themselves a 29% raise, your cost of food is up, your cost of living is up, your cost of insurance is up, your cost of healthcare is up, your cost of everything is up. Everything is up. But the only thing that's not up is most of your bank accounts. What's up with that? How can they just do that and then just think that they can say, okay, now we don't even have to come and vote for the issues that we're supposed to be there for? We'll just have somebody just rubber stamp it. Are you serious? Like the job of a representative in the state assembly is to represent their whole district, the best interest of their district, not the best interest of the people downstate, not the best interest of the people who are their benefactors, not the best interest of their own pockets and their cousins who they're funneling money to through all types of various programs, not their homeboys and homegirls and all of their little friends, okay? Not them. It's all of you that are supposed to matter and that they're supposed to be advocating for. But we don't have that advocacy because people are terrified to stand up and say boo, especially if it means bucking their own party. I have no such concern. That's why they don't really want me to run to get in there, because they know that if I get in there, I'm going to give them 1-4. because that's what you deserve. Somebody that's really willing to stand up for you. And I'd encourage you, please donate. I'm doing this. It's a grassroots campaign. I don't have a whole bunch of the fraternities behind me or a whole bunch of these big money lenders behind me or big corporations or these downstate people behind me. It's me working hard and community members that have been so kind to donate to me. So please donate. That's Marcus, the number 4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. Donate, help me win, help me get this message out. If you're watching right now, share, heart, heart, heart. Okay, like. That's what I need from you right now. If you're watching this right now, share, heart, comment, do what you can, help get this message out that somebody cares, that somebody's willing to stand up for us, that's willing to speak up for us, because we deserve someone that's going to stand up, and we desperately need that, and we don't have it right now. Let's see some comments here. Anyway, so we've got people here that seem to say, oh, well, everything is decided and there's no reason to get out to vote. That is a lie from the pits of hell, you guys. Anybody that says that is a liar, and they're trying to disenfranchise you of your voter rights. You get out and you go vote. You go vote. You tell your friend to go vote. You bring 10 friends with you to go vote. Maybe not 10. And who has 10 friends anyway, really, in this day and age? Okay. 10 of your neighbors, 10 people from work. It doesn't matter. You get to, get more people out to vote this year. The election coming up soon. We've got October 23rd is when early voting starts. October 23rd through November 3rd this year. Or is it November 1st? Let me see. October 26th. That's what it is. October 26th through November 3rd is early voting. Regular election day is November 5th. So get everybody together, get them out to vote, and make sure you tell them if they're in the district, or even if they're not, tell them vote Marcus C. Williams for New York State Assembly. So I'm running because I care and because I'm tired, Like, I got into politics because I was tired of seeing the way that things were going and that nothing was being done, and that our elected officials don't really give a flying monkey's uncle about us. It's frustrating, you guys. I go to the city council meetings, I go to the county ledge meetings, and I just sit there and I'm like, these are our elected officials. These are our elected officials. And I speak at these meetings often. Matter of fact, city council meeting is tomorrow. So if you guys want to go tomorrow to speak at the city council meeting, that's tomorrow. But I speak at these meetings often about the issues that we have every day that are hurting us, because they're not addressed. And I know that different levels of government do different things. I know the city government does different than the county ledge. But what I see a lot is people think that because they don't see these issues getting addressed that are impacting them, that nothing can be done. I want to tell you that something can be done, and I'm working to do that something for you guys. That something generally is in legislation or it's in the budget, and that gets done by the state assembly. There are other things on the local level that can be done. There are other things on the county level that can be done. But where the real key to making a serious difference is in the state assembly and in the state senate. Let's see. So we've got a lot of stuff going on today, and I appreciate everybody that's donating. Please donate, you guys. Marcus, the number 4Rochester.com. That's Marcus, the number 4Rochester.com. I really appreciate you guys. It's really, really, and make sure that you comment, like, and share this. Share this out so more people can see it. Share, like, heart, heart, heart. Okay, depending on what platform you're on. But yeah, it's a real option to make a difference if we get advocacy in there. So let's talk about the school education system and how the state assembly impacts that. So the state assembly are the people who pass the laws in the budget. So right now the schools are failing. It doesn't matter where you are in the county or in the state. The schools are all starting to collapse because the quality of education isn't there. It doesn't matter how much money they throw at it. It's not going to help because the quality isn't there. Regular reading, regular writing, it's out the window. Basic math out the window. So if the kids aren't able to get these type of actual, I guess you would say, basic skills, if they're not able to get the basic skills, what jobs are they going to have? And then that impacts the businesses, right? Because if the kids aren't educated, the children aren't educated, then how are they going to get a job? And if you own a business, how are you going to hire somebody if there's nobody that can qualify to do basic tasks? So that impacts businesses and it impacts employment. But on top of that, if they're not able to get employed, that drains resources from social services that could be going to focus in other areas. It also increases crime because now the children don't see a way to have a better future, or they don't see any outlook that is even remotely positive. And that's something that seriously needs to be talked about, because what's happening in the state assembly right now is legitimately stealing the future from our children. It's stealing the future of our children. It's stealing our own future. Look at how they disregard seniors, right? Like, what are they doing with seniors? They know we have a growing senior population. You think that they're doing something to address the issues in the seniors community? No. But they are trying to pass a new proposition this year, okay, which will make it so that there can't be any more senior discounts, okay? Prop 1, I encourage you to vote no on it. I'm not going to go into a whole thing about that right now because I'm talking about my campaign, but check out Protect Kids NY, and they've got a lot of information on there, and they'll connect you with some people if you want to learn more about that proposition on the back of the ballot this year. Flip it over, vote no. Anyway, let's see. We've got, let's see. Kevin said something. Kevin says, Kevin McBride says, people who want to speak at city council tomorrow night have until 4:30 tomorrow to call city hall, and YouTube won't allow them to leave comments. So do that. If you want to speak at city council, I encourage you, and I'm going to do my best to be there. I got a couple of places, but I already signed up to speak. So as we talk about the issues with the schools and the education and the stuff, and it goes into the crime as well, right? So right now, we've got these people that are out here continually releasing these criminals. And you'll say, well, Marcus, that's the judges. Okay, it's the judges. But what is the judge's job? The judge's job is to do what the law says, right? So if the judge is letting them out, that means that the law says that the judge can let them out. So maybe the law should say that the judge isn't able to let them out. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the Berkeley Bean. If you guys aren't familiar, Berkeley Bean is a reporter. I forget what news channel he is in. Sorry, Berkeley. I don't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, he did a report the other day. He's a good like real reporter type of person. I like him a lot. He did a thing on the criminals that were terrorizing the community, breaking into the stores, stealing the cars and everything. And they had some illegal firearms. And he said there are multiple issues that it says that in the bail reform issue that it let the people out, even though they're repeat offenders. So one of the things he talked about was the bail reform, but he also talked about the raise the age on how one of the, I think it was the 14-year-old was the one that got out, that was released to a parent. And then there was the other one was like a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. And the whole thing was just crazy. The whole thing was just crazy because what they're doing is they're continually letting repeat offenders out. So these are these laws, bail reform and raise the age. And I know people are like, oh, but bail reform is so fantastic. Listen, you really need to read the number of things that are on the list for bail reform that they can let people out for. It is mind-boggling, mind-blowing, just completely confounding. And I'm using nice language on that. Okay. But what's worse is the raise the age law, which basically makes it so anybody that's under 18 is charged as a juvenile. So they just let them out no matter how many times they've done a crime. It doesn't even matter. it's insane. It's insane. And you might say, oh, well, it's not every time. No, it's almost every time. But almost every time, 87% of the time is far too much for somebody that's got 20 priors, okay, already. Most of these youth criminals have gone way past criminalism. It's all the way to criminal terrorism because of the level of stuff that they're doing. Drink water, stay hydrated, you guys. Most people are chronically dehydrated. I'm going to have some water right now. But most of these criminals, they call them youth criminals. But if you're robbing banks, you've robbed like 5 banks. I don't know if you should be charged as a youth. If you're beating up old ladies at the bus stop, I don't know that you should be charged as a youth. Okay? If you beat up an old man, how old was that guy? 80, 82 or 85 years old. They beat this old guy up at a walker at a bus stop. Like, this is a real thing. This is real thing. And they don't cover these things in the news. They barely get any news coverage. If you go through some of the neighborhood apps or the Rochester crime things on Facebook and stuff like that, you'll see just all types of crime that you never see in the news. It never gets reported. But just last night, they shot up like 5 houses. You can't even be safe in your house. I just read in the news today, this morning, I think it happened last night, some guy was in his car outside his house and they shot him dead. And the way that it was written, I don't know for sure, but the way it was written was like, he ain't had nothing to do with nobody nowhere. And the other day, they robbed this man of his car. Excuse me. He was sitting out the house in his car and they carjacked this man. You're not safe anywhere. Can't be safe in the house because they're shooting up the house. Can't be safe in the car because they're going to shoot into the car or steal your car. You can't even be safe at work. Look, they rob all the businesses blind. They're closing the Walgreens up the street from my house. They didn't close the one on Brooks. They didn't close the one on Carter. Okay? They're closing all the Walgreens because they're getting robbed blind. And we got the mayor and we got the people like Rachel Barnhart out here talking about, oh, it's the greedy corporations. It's not the greedy corporations. Listen, the Walgreens down the street from me, up the street from my house, okay? I've gone there for decades, right? Like, I've been going there since I've been little. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be a Rite Aid. I've been going there forever, okay? And they're closing. Why? Because I go there and I see the people stealing out the store. I watch them with my eyes. And I'm like, well, what the heck am I at the cash register paying for something if people just robbing a daggone store blind? And how could you want to work in an environment like that where you got to see and deal with that all the time? Or you're having armed robbers run into the store like they did at the Family Dollar down on Genesee Street, or like they did at the Dollar Tree over on, what's that over there? Lake. Okay. And that's just a couple in the last couple of days. Like, I could go through a laundry list of them. And again, it's not just in the city. But these, again, are just the ones that we know about. Now, why isn't this being addressed on the state level? Why do they refuse to hold criminals? Why do they refuse to fix the laws that are encouraging crime? Because when people see that crime is not being punished, it encourages more crime. And it's a travesty because it infects everything. It's like a virus. Okay? And it grows and it grows and it grows. Okay? Maybe more like a parasite or maybe like a cancer or something. It's terrible. And we're seeing it more and more. So if you guys want to help me make a difference, donate right now. Hit like, hit a share button, subscribe, share, get this out to other people. Definitely donate. Please donate. That's Marcus, the number 4, Rochester.com. That's Marcus, the number 4, Rochester.com. I need your donations. I'm not asking you because I want them. I'm asking you because I need to win this race so that I can fight and advocate for us. Because ain't nobody else going to do it. That is what it is. That's why I'm running. Trust me, I've done talk to all of these. Listen, what do I say all the time? Don't believe me because I'm saying it. Believe me because I'm telling you. I've talked to the state senators. I talked to the state assemblymen, not just mine, not just the guy who's my opponent now, not just the Mon Meeks, not just my senator, not just Jeremy Cooney, all of them for the area. Okay? Where are they, bro? Why are none of them doing anything? None of them. They're all, I got words to say, but I'm going to focus on me working to positively impact our future. You know what I'm saying? Because I see where they are. They're just not where we need them to be. And I'm going to fight to make a difference. And that's why I'm running. You know, we look at these energy issues with your rising costs in energy. You know, RG&E and National Grid just said that they want to raise up your rates $41. $41 a month. Can you afford an extra $41 a month for your gas and electric to go up again? You know why it's going up? Because of terrible policy from the state assembly, okay? Because they decided to shut down a whole bunch of natural gas power plants and nuclear power plants. Why are you shutting down the nuclear power plants? I thought you liked clean energy. Come on now. Are we being serious? But they invest all of this money into the wind and into the solar, which we never see. I don't know. Or that, what was it, $45 million or something like that? I think it ended up being like $67 million for all of those wind turbines that the state put down I-90, and all of them broke. All of them. Every single one of them. None of them are in operational order. Just almost $70 million just. Why? Why? It's very clear that they don't have your best interests at heart. I guarantee you, whatever contracts were put out there is going into somebody else's pocket. Because they just don't want to do right. Or maybe purposefully it was done that way and they did it purposefully. Maybe I'm being too nice. Maybe it's not going to somebody's pocket. Maybe they did it intentionally to have it mess up because they really don't care about you. Don't get me started. Okay? Maybe it's a little bit of both. But the fact of the matter is, regardless, it's clear that if we're going to be talking about clean energy and stuff like that, and nuclear isn't in the equation, then they are doing you a disservice, but they focus all your money on that. Where is it? Where is all the money that they put into all of this green energy? Where is the money? You know? And that's not me saying that the money wasn't spent in appropriate places or whatever. My point is that wherever it was spent, it's not really benefiting you, because now they're talking about they got to raise your rates because they don't have enough energy supply and the energy demand is exceeding the energy supply because there aren't enough power plants open because they wanted to shut down all the natural gas power plants and all the nuclear power plants and all this other nonsense. But here on the other hand, we got Bill Gates and Google and Microsoft and Amazon and Nvidia and what's the other one? Sun Microsystems and all these other companies, these giants, these titans of industry investing heavily in nuclear. Hello? There's something isn't correlating. You know, the titans of business are investing in nuclear and you're out here saying, no, let's close the nuclear plants. Make it make sense. It's so serious that Microsoft bought the 3 Mile Island nuclear reactors. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the nuclear reactors, there was some sort of disaster over at 3 Mile Island before I was born. I don't really know. I have a concept of what happened there, but it was like a nuclear disaster, one of the biggest in like the United States. But how bad was it really if they could reopen the power plant, right? Makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder how much we've been taught and we've been led to believe that's not true, especially by our state assembly and by our state senators, because they come out here and they tell us stuff that's not true all the time, and they will sit right dead in your face and tell you crime is going down and tell you the quality of education is fantastic. What planet are they living on? Do they live in the same place that we live in? Listen, this is why I'm working so hard to fight to make a difference, to create and open up opportunities for our future, because you matter to me. Our future matters to me. I want to see our city and our area succeed. I want to see businesses grow and flourish. I want to see the families that are from Rochester stay in Rochester and see a better way forward for their children in the future. So please, I encourage you, hit the like button, hit the share button, and definitely donate. That's Marcus, the number 4 Rochester.com, Marcus, the number 4 Rochester.com, because I need your donations. I really do. I wish I could run the campaign without having to ask for donations, but my opponent has 10 times the money that I have. So I'm out there doing everything that I can, knocking as many doors as I can, being out as many places as I can. Many of you guys, if you're watching, you probably see me out somewhere or another place or going to or from somewhere, because I am constantly fighting to try to work to make a difference. I really am, because I care and you matter to me. But it's clear that none of us matter to the elected officials currently. That it is what it is. My opponent is Damon Meeks. He's been in there for what, 4 years? Okay. Now, has the things in Rochester gotten better, or they gotten worse? In general, just in general, right? Everything's gotten more expensive. Nobody can deny that. No matter if you think it got better or worse, everything's gotten more expensive. Schools have gotten worse. These are facts. Like, these aren't things that I'm making up. These are facts. You can look them up. So you've got what's going on with the small businesses. How many small businesses have closed in that period of time? Okay. So many small businesses have collapsed because of the taxes and the heavy burdens that are coming from the regulations from the state level. Why are they even there? Right? Because they don't care about you. The state doesn't care about you. And that's why I'm running to advocate for you. So please do donate. Marcus, the number 4 Rochester.com. That's Marcus, the number 4 Rochester.com. Donate, help me, help us to build a better and brighter future together. That's the only way it's going to get done, is if we change these people out in office this year. Now, I am running this year. I will be on the Republican and conservative line, and whether you're Democrat or independent or libertarian or however, you can still vote for me. You can vote for me no matter what party you are. If you're a Democrat or an independent, you don't have to just vote one line. You can vote for anybody in any party that you want. So I will be on the Republican and on the conservative line. You can vote for me. I'm not asking you to vote for anybody else on the same line. I'm not asking you to vote for anybody or whatever. Just me. Listen, and I know some of you guys out there get a real hard time about voting. So even if you just want to go and vote for me, just go vote for me. Just go just vote just for me. Don't forget the president, forget the Senate, forget the county, whatever else. Just vote for me. Forget the rest of that stuff. Because I know a lot of you guys tell me all the time, I don't want to vote for all of these other people. I don't feel like it's going to do anything or whatever. Vote for me. That's all I'm asking you for. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, you can still vote for me. You do not have to vote for all one party when it is the general election. So when early voting opens in October, okay, it's October 26th through the 3rd. You can vote for me then. Or if you're going to vote on a regular election day, November 5th, you can vote for me then. If you haven't sent in your mail-in ballot yet, you can vote for me on that. Please get out the word that there is somebody that really cares, that wants to make a difference, that is willing to stand up for us, that is going to speak up for us and will not shut up about the issues that are facing us every day. And his name is Marcus C. Williams. Please vote for him and donate to his campaign. Again, you guys can donate to my campaign. That's Marcus, the number 4 Rochester.com. That's Marcus, the number 4 Rochester.com. Like and share this video everywhere that you can. Help me get the word out. So now we've got other issues aside from what we've been talking about. We've also got the issues with the taxes, right? Like, taxes are through the roof. Why are the taxes so high, right? Why? Who decides on who makes the taxes? Oh, guess what? The state assembly. They're the ones who control the budget. They're the ones who set the taxes, okay? So you're getting taxed out the yin yang, that's state assembly, because they don't care about you yet again. And that's why I'm fighting to change the taxes. I want to lower the taxes. I want to lower all the taxes. But really, if I had a choice, I'm going to fight for you to abolish state income tax. And you got my word on that. I'm going to grind them so hard on that. They're going to hear about it so much. They're going to lower all the other taxes. They're going to get so tired of hearing me get them a hard time about it. And then I'm going to bring y'all with me, because you deserve to keep the money that's in your paycheck. You work for your money in your paycheck. They tax you on everything else. You got property tax. You buy your house, you still paying taxes. That don't make no sense. You go to the gas station to get some gas, You getting taxed on your gas. You turn on your lights at your house, you getting taxed on your lights. Well, people will say, well, you don't really get taxed on it or whatever the case is, blah, 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 da, 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 da. The corporations that run those places do. They do. And if you don't think that they transfer that over to you, you got another thing coming. Okay. So we got all of these extra taxes on everything. There's taxes. You go to the store, everything you buy, there's taxes. You know, what's up with that? It's like the tolls, right? Like, did you guys know that the tolls on the thruway were only supposed to be temporary when they first installed them originally forever ago? And then they made them permanent, right? Because there's nothing more permanent than a temporary government program. That's how much the government lies all the time, out their mouth, straight to you, and then play in your face like it's something different. And I'm tired of it. That's why I'm fighting so hard. But I need you to help me fight. Please donate, volunteer, do what you can. Marcus, the number 4, Rochester.com. That's Marcus, the number 4, Rochester.com. Because let's be honest, with the taxes the way that they are, what really is the incentive for people and businesses to stay in New York State, more or less in the Rochester area, when somehow we got the highest taxes in our county, in the country? That don't make no sense to me. Makes no sense. That's a real thing too. You can look it up. I don't even know how that works out, but that's crazy because they always talk about they lowering some taxes. What taxes you lowering? Always somehow I'm paying more taxes, but you talking about you lowering. Well, you's a lie. They just fiddle with the numbers. Okay, they're not really saving you any money. They're not really doing anything. It's all lies. It's all deceit. None of it's true. It's ethereal. Nothing that they're talking about is real. And it's concerning because we look at the job market right now, right? It's hard. Many people I know are working 2, 3 jobs just trying to make ends meet. And they're still struggling. But then you go down to social services, and social services like, oh, well, you've got $1,000 in your bank account. You can't get any services from us because you need to be dead broke and destitute out on the street and you can't get no help. What? That sounds crazy. We need social service reform. How you mean to tell somebody that they're struggling just because they got a couple of bucks in their account that they can't get no services until they completely deplete all their funds? No, 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 no. That's wrong, because what they want to do is they want to create a situation where you are stuck on social services and you're not able to advance, and it's jacked up. And I'm not with it. Aside from that needing to be reformed, you know what else needs to be reformed? Jail and prison. Those need to be reformed, but we can't even talk about those. Get a Democrat to talk about comprehensive prison reform. Ha! Never, never. But they'll say, oh, well, we'll fix the criminal justice system by fixing the laws. Da, 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 da. But all you did was let the criminals out and run wild and terrorize our community. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Don't play in my face. Don't take a piss and tell me it's raining. And this is what we go through on a daily basis. And it's a serious issue. It's a whole problem. It's not a half a problem. If we were to work on reforming actual prisons and actual jails, maybe we wouldn't have half of the crime that we have now. Not the current crime, like these repeat offenders that they keep letting out. But I'm talking about in general from people that are coming out of jail or prison that are becoming recidivists, repeat offenders after that. You know, because what happens is that they get out of jail. They don't have any connections with jobs, or if they do, maybe barely. You know, they don't have any real housing, which sometimes if they're lucky, they'll go to a halfway house. And I don't know if you guys ever been to a halfway house or had to deal with that. It's trash, super trash. Okay. Half of them ain't worth nothing more than half a drug den. Okay. It's crazy. It's really, really bad. Or what do you call it? Gang hangout. I don't even know what to tell you, bro. Like it's real. And it's a real serious issue. What we need to be doing with prison and what we need to be doing with jail is, if you're going to call them a rehabilitation facility, if you're going to call them a correctional facility, let's see the rehabilitation. Let's see the correction. What are you doing? Nothing. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't care because they know what they're doing. It's purposeful. It's intentional. And it's a very serious impact to our community because of that. If we wanted to fix it, you know, the biggest thing that I would fight for? There are so many companies that are hiring, that are willing to hire people with records, right? Not only that, many of the people that are about to get out of prison could work in the capacity at certain positions as they're transitioning out into the real world again and still work into that same job. But there's no programs for that. There's no programs for that. And I believe that we should work on something like that. Matter of fact, we should have something similar to that in high school, where the jobs work with the children in high school, the youth in high school. And then when they get out of high school, they work the same job they've been working the whole time they was in high school. Why are we not preparing people for the real world like that? And why are we not giving the people that are in jail adequate housing when they come out? Why are we not prepping them with that? Why? Why? We know for a fact that your surroundings impact you quite a bit. So if you know that these people are trying to reintegrate in society, why wouldn't you get them the best option to start off with? Why? We're doing a disservice to them. We're doing a disservice to our community, and it's terrible. And they wonder why we have such an issue with reintegration. But again, the state likes to play with you. The state assembly likes to play with you. My opponent, Demond Meeks, likes to play with you. And they like to say, oh, well, we did this law. Oh, well, we did that law. Those laws are stupid. Those laws are stupid. You playing with me. You playing in my face. Okay, you trying to act like you did something when you did next to nothing. You didn't. Well, it's going to help all of these people, but it's going to hurt all of these people. Why are you doing it? It's going to cause all of these issues. Why are you doing it? The best example I can give you guys is the legalization of marijuana. Okay? Now, hold on. I know some of you might not be black, so don't take it like that, but just listen to the words I'm telling you. Remember that they said that when they were going to do it, they were going to focus on allowing people that were black and people that had issues with marijuana convictions and stuff in it to get into the industry. But then they made the bars to entry to the industry very expensive. You need $500,000. You need $250,000 to get in there. You got to do this permit, the permits that we're not even granting. Here we're going to start it 5 years ago. And now here it is 5 more years later and it's not done. Well, 4 years, whatever. Now you can get what I'm saying. Poor planning, or maybe it was all done intentionally. But can we talk about it though? Because where's the advocacy? Because anybody should have been able to see from a mile away that the poor implementation of the legalization of marijuana was going to not only create a very serious black market in our community, it was also going to increase crime. And on top of that, it was going to legitimately steal opportunities from the people that you said that you were going to create opportunities for. And for me, I'm not up on personally discriminating and discriminatory policies and stuff like that. But don't lie and say that you're about to help somebody and you don't help them. You know, that's terrible. That's evil even. But we can't talk about that stuff. But this is what our state level government does all the time. And that's why I'm fighting so hard to make a difference. And if you guys can help me fight, please go to my website, donate. I need your donations, whatever you can donate. Okay. That's Marcus, the number 4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. Please donate and help me fight. Help me advocate for our community. And if you're not able to do that right now, please like and share this video right now. Like and share. Hit the like button like 5 times. Bam, bam, bam. And then share it. Share this. Share this. If you're listening, if you're watching, wherever you're on, share this. Because it's important and the message needs to get out there that somebody's running that really cares, that will stand up, that will speak up for us regardless. Because it's important. We need real advocacy, not people playing in our face and taking a piss. You know, I got a lot of other words to say, but they're too colorful for the internet. It's so disgusting. It makes you want to spit. It's frustrating, y'all. It's frustrating. And it's not only is it frustrating, it's upsetting because these are the people that are supposed to represent us, right? Like they're not supposed to represent themselves. They're not supposed to represent their benefactors. They're not supposed to represent downstate. They're not supposed to represent these corporations, they're supposed to be representing us. But what they'll do is they'll give us all of these different things and tell us, oh, well, this is good and that is good and this is good and that is good. It's all lies. It's all lies all the time. It's like 24-hour lies out there. Like, it's terrifying. It's really bad, you guys. And I'm fighting to make a difference, a real difference, but I need your help. And if you guys are local, if you're in the area, like if you live in the city or you live around Monroe County or whatever, and you just want to help me knock some doors, drop off some flyers and stuff like that, please let me know. Volunteer on my website, Marcus4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. But definitely, I need your donations. Please donate to my campaign. Marcus4Rochester.com. Please share this video. Share it, like it, comment, drop some comments. Okay. I love to see your comments, and it helps the algorithm too. Now, as we tie up here, because I don't want to go on too long, it's about 10:30 at night, you guys. Okay. But as we start to tie up here, I didn't really get into the issues with the vets or the seniors like I'd like to, but I encourage you, if you want to know more about my platform, go to my website, Marcus4Rochester.com, and you can see my platform under my platform points. But I've got a ton of videos on my YouTube and on my Facebook and stuff about my plans and what I would do and how I would go over stuff. I'm always consistently giving solutions on how to make things better, because there's a lot of issues that we have and need addressed, but people just refuse to address them that are in the positions of power to address them, you know, and it's very, very upsetting. And I know I feel you guys so much when you're like, I feel like nobody's listening. I feel like nothing matters. I feel like nothing's changing, but we can make a difference. Please help me make a difference. Listen, here's my vow to you. If you guys want to see me in office and give me a chance, please donate and make sure you encourage more people to vote for me this year. But if you don't like my performance after 2 years, if I don't show you and you don't see what real advocacy looks like, that's it. I'm out. I don't need it. I don't need a job. I don't need to work in Albany. I don't really want to. Like, I want to because I want to make a difference, but I am no fan of Albany. I got a lot of stuff to say about Albany, and ain't none of it nice. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm running because I care, because I want to show you what advocacy looks like. So that way, for the future on every level of government, you know what advocacy looks like, but not just advocacy, information, right? Because where's the information? You know how many bills and laws they pass every year? Hundreds, if not thousands. It depends on the session. Okay. And you don't hear about half of any of them. You might hear about one, maybe 2, 3, 4. Have you ever heard of more than 5 in 1 year? Probably not, unless you sit on the internet or in Albany and watch all of the sessions or read the documents. You probably don't even know what's going on. And why is that? Shouldn't your representative be informing you what's going on? I mean, I understand that you can't tell somebody everything all the time, but I mean, shoot, if you only bringing back like 2, 3 bills and y'all out there passing hundreds of bills and you're not even explaining to the people in the community what's going on, are you really serving their best interest? Question mark? I don't think so. And that's me being generous. The fact is that I know that they're not, and you know that too. And a lot of this has to do with, because they're like, oh, well, what they don't know won't fall back on them, meaning the state assembly. Because if you don't know what they're doing, you can't raise heck about it. And that's a real deal. And that's why I want to go to Albany to be elected, so that I can tell you what's going on and show you. Help me pull back the curtain so you can see how the sausage is made, and that there is somebody willing to make sure that there are better ingredients in there. Okay? That's for real, for real. Please help me, help our community. Go to my website, donate. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. Please donate. Do whatever you can. I appreciate you all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Follow if you're not following. Okay? because I'm really working hard to fight to make a difference, but I need your help and get the word out. Share this video, share some of my posts. I'm always posting something good. Share my stuff. It helps a lot. It helps kick the algorithm to get it out to more people, but more people to give. Here's my end goal, right? Like my personal life goal is to build better people. That's my personal life goal. That's what I do for business. I do business consulting and development. I help people grow and build their businesses and maximize their potential. Okay. That's what I do. What I want to do is I want to see everybody be able to get as much opportunity as possible to be able to succeed in our area. And it's just something that's not being delivered right now. I want to increase home ownership. That's very important to me because I believe that you should be able to live and own where you live. Like, that's not a foreign concept. That used to be part of the American dream that has been slowly stripped away as we see the continued increasing prices in Rochester area, because the state assembly and the state Senate's whole thing right now is to bring people from outside of the community into the community. Matter of fact, Jeremy Cooney 2 years ago, he's my state senator. Jeremy Cooney 2 years ago, in an article in the city newspaper, you can still go look it up. He said that the problem with Rochester is it's stuck in its mindset as a company town, and we need to shift our focus on focusing on bringing more people from other parts of the country to Rochester than focusing on the people in Rochester. That's bogus. You're my concern because you're here. My concern is your concern. You guys are my concern, not somebody from Arizona, not somebody coming from California. The constituents, the people that are working to elect me are my concern. And as so it should be for anybody else that's in office, but that's not what's happening right now. And that's why I'm running. So please donate to my campaign, help me out, because I'm not backed by a bunch of mega donors or anything. I'm not backed by downstate. I'm not somebody's chosen man. Okay. I'm really out here trying to work for the community. And remember, whether you're Democrat or independent or whatever, in November, you can vote for me if you're in my district. I'm going to be on the Republican line and the conservative line. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, you can still vote for me. I don't care if you go out there and don't vote for nobody else. Make sure that you vote for me. Okay? Please, we can make a difference together, but I need your help. And I'm asking you humbly, please help me, help us. Donate, volunteer, go to my website. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. I'll catch you guys later. Be blessed, be well. Please share this video out wherever you can. Hit the like button, share it, share it, share it. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever you can do. And remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. Be blessed and be well. I'll catch you guys later. Stay strong.